Okay, I guess this is actually happening. Got it to happen pretty quickly, apparently. Person about to play is absolutely terrible, and this is the sort of thing you do when people are absolutely terrible. Take a good look at what they're doing. Take a look at their team. Um, Synergy is really important. So if they don't know what they're doing, they'll do something like start with Torko. Of course, Rotom is really easy to start with, and that's what I do pretty often, as anyone who knows played me before. Hydro Pump, it would have OHKO'd Torko, and it would have hurt most of his Pokemon really, really badly, except for Venusaur. And of course, he does something really derpy. He uses Encore on Mr. Mime. Probably didn't think it might be a 2-hit KO, but it is. So Venusaur's out in my Encore zone. Otherwise, I would have vote switched out because there's no Sun Up. Means it's Chlorophyll, but even if it kills me, whatever. Giga Drain wouldn't have killed me anyway. It's done around 67% damage. Ferrothorn, I mean, this is to check if he has Sleep Powder or not, because if he does, well, alright, that was weird. Leech Seed, it does not work on Ferrothorn, as you probably know. He uses Growth, but he doesn't realize that he has basically no speed whatsoever. I'm using Gyro Ball to test his speed at the moment. And it does 22%, which means that it has around 250 speed, which is ridiculous. Good time to just set up spikes, in my opinion. With all the spikes I'm setting up and his continued usage of Giga Drain, I think he's testing my defense to see how much damage he can do to me. I'm just going to use Gyro Ball again because 3 layers of spikes and rocks are up already. Hitting him over and over again until he finally kills me with Giga Drain. Because if you look carefully at his team, assuming he just pulled it off of Smogon, Genesect probably has a Scarf on it, Kyurem probably has a Scarf on it or a Band on it. Generally, if you're using Golurk, it's either Banded or Life Orbed. We'll find out a little bit later whether or not it is. And, of course, Torkoal is a non-entity because literally every single one of my Pokemon can OHKO it with some attack. And Ferrothorn goes down, so send out Latios. We know it's slow, and Latios is fast, base 110 speed. Use Side Shock on it. If he's smart, he'd switch out now, but since he's boosted and he's a greedy noob, sucks to be him. He's going to send out Kyurem now. Yep, there we go. And he's going to use Outrage. It might be a Choice Scarf Outrage, so I'm just going to sack Rotom to it. And it hits my Rotom, and that's a Choice Scarf because it does 80% if it's actually faster than my Rotom. Well, there's really no way to tell whether or not it's Scarfed at the moment, but I'm just going to click a random button and go on. And now Terrakion comes out. I'm going to use Close Combat, I think. See, moment of decision. I could use Zen Headbutt, but it's not going to be actually an OHKO. Stone Edge would have been another option, but I pretty much anticipated Golurk would come out anyway. It doesn't really matter to me because Golurk can do anything and it won't hurt me much. I can afford to lose Gengar because Gengar is really useless against the rest of his team considering the 2 Scarfers and anything can OHKO Torkoal. And he goes for the Shadow Punch, probably not knowing that Terrakion resists it. And if he does have a Scarf on this, I might be in trouble, but it won't OHKO Latios anyway because Latios is bulk. So I'm going to use Surf and hope he doesn't do too much damage to Latios. His Kyurem Black won't be able to come out again because the spikes and the rocks will just absolutely kill the shit out of it. And his Genesect can't come out because this will happen. Yep. Latios can do a lot of damage with Surf and Specs. Alright, so he's probably going to send Kyurem out and have it die. Yep. Predictions. Golurk's going to come out again, and he's going to hope that it doesn't OHKO him, or he's going to hope he outspeeds, but considering he Shadow Punched and took it out, he probably doesn't have a Scarf, so Latios takes the day. Torkoal's going to come out, and I'm going to Surf again, or he could just forfeit.